I trusted her, not just with my heart, but with my life, my future, and my family. I believed in her loyalty. I believed in her love. I believed in our marriage. But the truth, she was sleeping with her boss, not a stranger, not an ex, not a mistake, her boss. The man she said was just work. The man she said meant nothing. The man she promised I didn't have to worry about. And this is the story of how I discovered the betrayal that shattered my world, and how I learned that sometimes the deepest wounds come from the people we trust the most. When I met her, I wasn't looking for love. I was focused on work, focused on stability, focused on building a future. But then she walked into my life, and everything changed. She was kind, smart, funny, warm in a way that made you feel safe. We talked for hours on our first date, not about small things, but about dreams, about family, about loyalty, about growing old together. She told me she believed in commitment. She told me she hated cheating. She told me she wanted a partner, not a temporary love. I believed her. We got married after 3 years, not because we were rushing, but because it felt right. We didn't have a perfect life, but we had a real one. We paid bills together. We argued and made up. We planned vacations we couldn't always afford. We dreamed of a bigger house, better cars, a better future. And when she got a new job, I was proud of her. She was excited about the job. It paid well. It came with growth opportunities. It gave her confidence, and I supported her fully. I encouraged her. I celebrated her promotions. I listened to her stories about work. She often mentioned her boss. He's strict. He's demanding. He expects a lot. But she also said, he's supportive. He believes in me. He says I have potential. I saw no problem with that. After all, everyone has a boss. Everyone needs guidance. I trusted her, and I trusted our marriage. Slowly, almost unnoticeably, she began to change. She started coming home late. Meetings, she said. Deadlines, she said. Projects, she said. At first, I believed her. I told myself, she's working hard. She's building her career. She's doing this for us. But then the emotional distance began. She stopped sharing her feelings. She stopped laughing the same way. She stopped asking about my day. She stopped touching me the way she used to. When I tried to talk about it, she said, "You're overthinking. I'm just stressed. Work is exhausting." And I didn't want to be the insecure husband, so I stayed quiet. I swallowed my concerns. I trusted her. One thing changed dramatically. Her phone. It never left her side. Not on the table, not on the couch, not even in the bathroom. She started sleeping with it under her pillow. If I reached for it, even accidentally, she would react instantly. "Why are you touching my phone?" That hurt. Because we never hid our phones from each other before. We had each other's passcodes. We never needed to hide. But now, everything was secret. Everything was locked. Everything was private. And my heart started whispering what my mind didn't want to hear. One evening, she said she had a late meeting. She left the house, dressed differently. Not like work, not like casual, but like a date. When she came home, she smelled different. Not like the office, not like stress, but like perfume, not hers. I asked gently, "How was the meeting?" She said, "Long and boring." But her eyes avoided mine. Her voice was different, and I knew that wasn't the truth. Doubt is a dangerous thing. It starts small, then it grows, then it consumes you. I started noticing patterns. Late nights, weekend work, business trips, short replies, cold conversations, no intimacy, no affection. When I asked if she still loved me, she said, "Of course I do. Why are you acting like this?" And I felt guilty for doubting her, for questioning her, for not trusting her. So I stopped asking. But the doubt didn't stop growing. One night, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed. Normally, I wouldn't touch it, but this time, something inside me said, "Look, I didn't unlock it. I didn't go through it." The message preview appeared on the screen, and what I saw changed my life. It said, "I miss you. Today was hard without you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow." My heart stopped. My hands shook. My chest tightened. Who is R? Why is he saying he misses her? Why is he talking about seeing her tomorrow? Why is there a heart? My mind raced. My body froze. My soul broke. I told myself. It could be innocent. It could be work. It could be nothing. But my heart knew better. No co-worker sends hearts. No boss says I miss you. No professional relationship talks like that. I didn't sleep that night. I stared at the ceiling. I replayed every moment, every excuse, every lie, every late night, every emotional distance. Everything suddenly made sense. The next day, I couldn't hold it in. I asked her, "Who is R?" She froze, just for a second. But that second told me everything. "It's just a colleague," she said. I looked her in the eyes and said, "He says he misses you. He uses heart emojis. He wants to see you tomorrow." Her face went pale. Her lips trembled. Her eyes filled with tears. And in that moment, I knew she was cheating. She didn't deny it. She cried. She apologized. She said, "I didn't mean for it to happen." Those words again. Those painful, useless words. I was stressed. I felt lonely. I felt unappreciated. He listened. He understood me. He made me feel seen. And then she said the words that broke me. "He's my boss, not a stranger, not a random man, not someone she met online. Her boss, the man who controlled her job, the man who had power over her career, the man she saw every day, the man she chose over me." She told me everything. How it started as conversations, how he complimented her, how he made her feel important, how he praised her work, how he gave her attention, how attention turned into emotional connection, how emotional connection turned into secret lunches, how secret lunches turned into private meetings, how private meetings turned into physical intimacy, how one boundary crossed turned into many, how one lie turned into a life of lies. And through it all, I stayed loyal. I stayed faithful. I stayed committed. I stayed blind. It wasn't just that she cheated. It was who she cheated with. Her boss. The man who should have maintained professionalism. The man who abused his power. The man who knew she was married. The man who knew she had a husband. The man who didn't care. And she didn't care either. Not about me. Not about our marriage. Not about our vows. Not about our family. Not about our future. She chose desire over loyalty. She chose excitement over commitment. She chose attention over love. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't throw things. I just felt empty, numb, like my heart had been removed from my chest. I asked myself, was I not enough? Was my love not enough? Was my loyalty not enough? Was my support not enough? I gave her everything, my time, my energy, my trust, my future, and she gave me betrayal. At first, she tried to shift the blame. You weren't emotionally available. You didn't understand my needs. You didn't listen. You didn't make me feel appreciated. And I almost believed her. I almost blamed myself. But then I realized Even if I wasn't perfect, cheating is never justified. Communication is the solution, not betrayal. Loyalty is the responsibility, not lies. Marriage is about working through problems, not running into someone else's arms. The hardest part wasn't my pain. It was the impact on our family, the home we built together, the stability we created, the dreams we shared, all of it destroyed. If you have children, imagine having to explain why mum and dad aren't the same anymore. Imagine watching their innocence fade. Imagine watching their sense of security disappear. That pain cuts deeper than betrayal. People said, "Forgive her. Everyone makes mistakes. Think about your marriage. Think about your family." And I did. I thought about forgiveness. I thought about counseling. I thought about second chances. I thought about rebuilding. But then I asked myself, can I ever trust her again? And the honest answer was, no. Trust once broken changes everything. Love without trust becomes fear, becomes anxiety, becomes pain, becomes torture. And I refused to live like that. I told her, "I can't do this anymore." She cried. She begged. She promised. She said she would leave her job. She said she would block him. She said she would change. But some betrayals change you forever. And I realized staying would mean living in doubt, living in pain, living in fear, living without peace. Leaving meant choosing myself, choosing dignity, choosing healing, choosing peace. So I chose to leave. Starting over was terrifying. New home, new routine, new life. I had to rebuild myself. Not just my life, but my identity. I went to therapy. I journaled. I cried. I exercised. I isolated. I healed. Slowly, painfully, but surely. Healing is not a straight line. Some days you feel strong. Some days you feel weak. Some days you feel free. Some days you feel trapped by memories. Some days you feel hopeful. Some days you feel broken. But over time, the pain fades. The wounds close. The scars remain. But they no longer bleed. I stopped blaming myself. I stopped questioning my worth. I stopped asking why me. I accepted the truth. Her cheating was not a reflection of my value. It was a reflection of her choices. Walking away was the hardest decision of my life. But it was also the strongest. Because staying would have meant accepting disrespect, accepting lies, accepting betrayal, accepting pain. Leaving meant choosing peace, choosing dignity, choosing healing, choosing myself. And for the first time in a long time, I felt relief. Not happiness, not joy, but relief. The relief of no longer living in doubt. The relief of no longer being lied to. The relief of no longer begging for honesty. If you're watching this, and you've been betrayed, cheated on, lied to, gaslighted, abandoned, please hear this. You are not weak for loving deeply. You are not foolish for trusting fully. You are not broken beyond repair. You are human, and pain does not define you. Your response to pain defines you. Whether you choose to forgive, or walk away, or start over, make sure your choice protects your peace. Make sure your choice honors your self-respect. Make sure your choice heals you, not hurts you. If this story touched your heart, if you've ever experienced betrayal, if you've ever been cheated on, if you've ever had to choose between love and self-respect, leave a comment. Share your story. You are not alone. And if you want more real, emotional, powerful stories like this, subscribe to this channel, because your pain deserves to be heard. Your story deserves to be told, and your healing deserves to begin.